Welcome to this Saturday travel and history tip, and we will start at the parting of the trails. It's in Gardner, Kansas, at US 56 and 183rd Street. This is where the Oregon and the Santa Fe trails split, though no physical traces of the junction remain, and we will now be embarking on the Santa Fe Trail. The Santa Fe National Historic Trail, the 1,200-mile Great Prairie Highway, is one of 19 designated National Historic Trails. The Daughters of the American Revolution erected the trail's first markers in 1906, and in 1987 the U.S. Congress designated it under the National Trails System Act. In 1792, French explorer Pierre Pedro Vial traveled from Santa Fe, New Mexico to St. Louis, Missouri for the Spanish government. Almost 3 decades later, on September 1, 1821, bankrupt Missouri businessman Captain William Becknell opened the Santa Fe Trail. Along with a small party of men and pack animals loaded with goods, the tired and proud team entered Las Vegas, New Mexico on November 13, 1821, and was met by bands of anxious traders. Valued by Mexican and American traders, gold seekers, American Indians, immigrants, and soldiers, this prairie thoroughfare was the primary international commercial highway connecting Santa Fe with Franklin, Missouri. Hordes of Missourians endured the 8-week trek, combating heat, biting insects, and relentless winds, and fording streams to meet the demands for manufactured goods and services in the newly independent Mexico. Like the Oregon Trail, there are many amazing stops along the Santa Fe Trail, found in Missouri, Kansas, and New Mexico. One trail rider jested about crossing a dangerous, uninhabited region, roasting bacon over buffalo chips, and seeing skeletons strewn along his path. By 1869, the trail dwindled as the railroad reached through the tallgrass prairie to the bone-dry high desert of New Mexico. Today, the trail remains a memory of our country's westward expansion, with trail markers aiding visitors in retracing the steps of homesteaders, cowboys, soldiers, and outlaws who went before them on the bountiful trail. Today, we will be focusing on the guardian of the Santa Fe Trail, and that is Fort Larned National Historic Site. It is on the Pawnee River and was built in 1859 as a military operation to guard travelers on the Santa Fe Trail from conflicts with hostile Indians. Because of the 1861 Fort Wise Treaty, the fort served as an agency for the Bureau of Indian Affairs. With 9 original buildings from 1866 still in existence, this is one of the best preserved forts of this era. The parade ground and other buildings have been fully restored. Only the soldiers are absent. Everything else is in its place. We recommend the 1.5-mile nature trail. We went to the barracks and this room that had these fire buckets. And in this room we saw a box labeled 24 pints of Lee S. Perrin's Worcestershire sauce. That's kind of funny. Barrels of pickles, dried white beans, salt bacon, and crushed green tea, and plenty of ammunition. And this prairie schooner was on display. It had seen better days for sure. Fort Larned Military Road, Santa Fe Trail crossed here. Now, the reason that I specifically wanted to go to Fort Larned was to see some original Santa Fe trail ruts. Ask for the handout from the Visitor Center that directs visitors to a 44-acre outparcel of the historic site where a raised wooden observation deck in the unplowed prairie allows one to see scars of passage, also known as wagon ruts. Look for scampering prairie dogs there too. We enjoyed watching these cute rodents intermittently bob in and out of their holes in the sod. You can follow the Santa Fe National Historic Trail through U.S. Highways 50 and 56 through Kansas. Beginning in 1822 and continuing for nearly 60 years, thousands of adventurous travelers crossed the southwestern prairie over what became known as the Santa Fe Trail. Merchants from Missouri and Mexico finding new markets in the international trade, columns of soldiers en route to action in the Mexican War, or providing military escorts to wagon caravans, fortune-hunting miners seeking the mother lode in California, and immigrants looking for a new home rumbled along this historic highway. This 44-acre segment of prairie remained unplowed over the years and continues to display the scars of passage by countless freighters, mail coaches, settlers' carriages, and army wagons which cross this portion of the Santa Fe Trail. Although numerous tracks can be seen from the air, from ground level the ruts appear as several long, shallow depressions. Today, it is difficult to imagine the abundance of life in the vast prairie grasslands of the Great Plains. Although Long considered the Great American Desert, the area was home to millions of bison, brawny buffaloes, traveling in great droves, which seemed to stretch from horizon to horizons. Thousands of nomadic people, Plains Indians, following the herds from Canada to Texas, were sustained by the beast. Mule and white-tailed deer, antelopes, wolves, bobcats, and a variety of smaller animals made their homes here. It's all a part of American history. Learn it, love it, appreciate it. Don't let them steal our history. Teach children our American history. And next Saturday, Fort Smith, Arkansas. You're never going to believe what we found there. Hope you watched the Saturday Travel and History Tips. I encourage you to go back and watch the previous Saturday tips in this Fort series. If you appreciate our content, tell others and repost on your social platforms. Thank you.